All right, today I need to go clean the Airbnb and mow the lawn and weed whack and everything. So I'm about to load up my van. I need to get this big zero turn that I'm working on. I need to get it down here safely. So the first thing we do when we're cleaning, well, normally my wife and I split it up. So I do the bedrooms and she does the kitchen and the bathroom. But she wasn't here today. She had to take the kids to an event, so I ended up having to do it myself. It normally takes us about an hour if we're both doing it. In this case, it took me almost 2 hours. But what we do is we strip the beds first, go through and clean up anything crazy. These guests were actually pretty good. 9 out of 10 guests are great. They leave it almost like they found it. You'll see the sheets that are messed up a little bit, but nothing else. I know last week the people were a little messier. There was fake eyelashes on one of the bed stands and fingernail clippings in the bathroom and just like hair and clothing, and just the people just leave things behind. I'm always surprised at how much they leave behind, but these guests were pretty good. Yeah, so we go through, clean all the sheets and the linens, wipe down anything, tables, doorknobs, handles like that. But yeah, these guests were great, so it actually made it pretty easy. And then after this, we'll move on to the kitchen. We've been doing Airbnb now for a couple years. This place started as a rental for 3 or 4 years. We had some renters that paid rent on time, but eventually they stopped and we had to go through the eviction process, and then getting back in the unit after, it was always destroyed and you had to replace everything. You know, trim, carpet, all new paint, everything, because they just trashed it. The people before this actually left. They had animals and they had fleas and there was just cat urine everywhere, and so it was just a big mess. I was tired of renting and I thought we would try Airbnb, and it's been working out well. It's not the type of Airbnb where you would go on vacation, you know, it's not on the beach, it doesn't have a bunch of amenities, but it's a nice private lot and it's very reasonably priced compared to all the other listings in the area. This one is much more affordable, and so we kind of advertise it as that. You know, it's a nice safe place to stay if you just need a place to sleep. Not really your vacation destination, but people seem to like it. So far, so good. All right, we're done. Finished the product. I'm gonna turn the AC up just a little so it's not too cold. Done. This rug I'm actually gonna center. I don't like the way that looks. There we go. I got a second bedroom. Third bedroom. We're gonna put this up to 74. And then we've got the kitchen. Oh, I gotta shut that back light off. Laundry room. And it's ready for the next guest, who is checking in at 3. It's 1:40. So we got done just in, well, that's plenty of time actually. I still have to do the lawn though. Towels. Clean toilet, let me just double check. Everything's clean. All right, and then we've got this little extra room here. I don't know what to do with it. I might make it an office, but right now we just have a couple, it's like a pantry, I guess. But it's weird because it's here's the living room, and then you've got the, I guess what you would call the pantry, then the bathroom, and then the kitchen. So the pantry is kind of far away from the kitchen, so I'm not really sure what it was. But anyways, yeah, time to get outside, get moving. Oops. This lawn on the far side is really nice green grass. You'll notice up here to the right, where I am right around right now, is where there was a large oak tree. And that's why it's kind of dead there. It's like a little depression where the roots are. But anyways, that tree actually fell over while we had a guest at the property. Actually, he had left the property. He asked if he could leave his car. Excuse me. He asked if he could leave his car for an extra couple days, and I told him sure. He parked it right about where my lawnmower is, right up on the right side behind that bush. And then he went out of town to do a few things, but his car was still here. Well, the neighbor texted me that a tree fell on the property, and I thought, oh my gosh, it fell on this guy's car. Well, I went over there, and it fell right, probably within 3 feet of the guy's car. It didn't touch his car, but that was a big mess to clean. Cost a few $1,000s to clean that up, and we got rid of a couple other trees, but that was a close call. So I'm not going to let anybody extended park on the property anymore, but it's all done. I'm going to do a little weed whacking here, and we're done for now. See you in the next one.